I need a 200 grand wedding and 3 kids on 2 years, and I'm not even engaged yet. You're watching Planet Happening.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Well, of course.
First, like you introduce yourself.
Yes. So my name is Tammy. I'm originally from Vietnam, and I'm a music composer.
Music composer. Wow.
Yes.
And where do you live now?
I live in Brooklyn, New York.
All right. And how much are you making as a music composer in Brooklyn?
So as of this year, I'm making 200K a year
Okay.
on
Great.
average.
Nice. Really good. It's really good. So what brings you to the show? What would you say your goal is? Is there something specific you're trying to accomplish? What are you hoping for?
So I do want to retire in like 15 years.
Wow.
Hopefully that could happen. I do want to have kids, maybe 2 or 3. And I haven't really looked into my finance for the past 4 or 5 years.
Okay. So you'd say not really checking your finances a lot, but you want to retire in 15 years. How have you been going about that so far? Like, what's your saving method? Like, how do you think about your finances?
Yeah, since I don't really know, I've just been trying to be as frugal as I can, saving a lot of money, putting it in my saving accounts and investment account. That's it.
All right. So how this show works is you've sent me some of your financial information beforehand. I put it into this model here. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be applying the same concepts that corporations do to check their finances, right? And so we'll build you some of your financial statements, right? We'll look at your spending, build you a budget, and then that'll go into an income statement and a balance sheet. And then along the way, we'll explain to you how those are structured, why companies structure it that way, and how you can think about your own financials. Sound good?
Okay, I'll try to understand.
How much would you say you know about corporate financial statements right now?
Um, I would say that as much as I try to learn about it, nothing really stays.
Okay. Do you know what the 3 main financial statements are?
Oh, wait, I think I know. Like income statement, bank statement? No, bank it. Oh, okay.
Starts with a
Um,
B.
3, right?
I already said 2 of them.
You never did. Oh, okay. We rewind to the.
And then that'll go into an income statement and a balance sheet.
5 minutes. um, I would say I would go with the income statement.
Okay. Income statement's the first one.
Liabilities or debt?
Those are 2 well, that's our liability, but liability is a big part of the next one,
Oh, like credit statement, credit card statement,
balance sheet,
balance sheet.
balance sheet. And
That's
the
what I.
third one is the rarest one. That's called a cash flow statement.
Oh,
So, how it works is the income statement shows you over a period of time. Here's how much you made, here's how much you spent, and then how much is left over. And that's called your net income. You've probably heard that before,
yes, I
right?
have.
The balance sheet then shows you what you have at any point in time, right? So instead of going, you made 200 grand in a year and you spent this much, is now that you have X amount in your bank account at each point in time. So they're all interconnected. But the first one is the income statement, and then those amounts flow into the balance sheet.
Yep.
The last one, which you will not be receiving for your personal finance, is the cash flow statement. The cash flow statement is showing like corporations will have a lot of like non-cash entries on their income statement, right? They're doing a lot of accounting adjustments, right? If they buy a computer, they go, this computer is going to be useful for 3 years. And so they'll spread the cost over the 3 years. When you go and buy a new laptop, that just goes straight on your 1 month you bought it, right? Like it
Yes.
just straight on a credit card. That's all you're looking at. You're not thinking about that over the period of his life. You're not doing like non-cash adjustments to your accounts, whereas corporations do. So the cash flow statement is useful for explaining like how much cash actually came in and out of a company during a certain period of time, as opposed to everything that happened that's on the income statement. Make sense?
Yes.
We'll cover it more detail.
Yes.
First up, we'll look at your last month's spending at your income statement. So here you have $15,833 coming in gross every month before everything, right?
So this is after tax?
No, this is before tax.
Right.
Yeah. You have 5,479 taken out of taxes and then $200 taken out of deductions. Your total tax and deductions then are 5,700, leaving you net that should hit your account of about $10,000. Does that sound about right?
Yep, sounds right to me.
Down here, let's look at your spending. So it looks like, at least from what I look like, the amounts look kind of small. It looked like a grocery store, but it looks like you're just grabbing a drink or something from there because you went 10 times and you've only spent $170. So either your groceries are very cheap or you're just like grabbing food out there.
Hmm. Yeah, I do have a boyfriend who also
He
pays for a
buys all
lot
the
of.
groceries.
Yes, he buys for a lot of things. Yeah, he should have watched the shows.
Okay. Uh, Down the personal care section, uh, we have one haircut. I think it was like a CVS or something you went one time, or maybe that was the CVS. $200 there.
Mhm.
So nothing crazy. Here we have your rent and utilities, about $2,600. Transportation. You live in New York. I'm guessing you don't have a car based on what I
I
was
don't.
seeing.
Mhm.
I think you spend about $60 on the subway. Things I thought were clothing stores, looks like about $200. Nothing in the education section, gym membership, and your health thing, your phone bill and phone payment, $70 a month.
Oh, right. Yes. Because I didn't buy my phone yet. I mean, like, it's not a.
A little bit for pet food. What kind of pet do you have?
Oh, I have a cat.
Oh, that's and then nothing here. Didn't see any like ATM withdrawals or like Venmos in and out or anything like that. That puts your needs at about $3,500 a month. Clothes, that could kind of go either way. Some clothes are probably more of a fun, nice to have thing, but kept them in needs for now. But on the whole, not bad. Then the next section is the wants.
Mhm.
So there's a few things. I look like arcades or maybe something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Ew.
Entertainment.
One looked like an arcade. One was like a tour or something.
Ah. Oh, yeah. I remember I did go bowling last month.
Amazon, can't really tell what it is, so just lump all those together. And then going out to eat seems a little bit bigger than other categories, but on your income, I don't think that's too bad, right? Where it's lots of restaurants, 26 times.
26 times?
Yeah.
Like a month only have like 30 days.
Mhm.
That also means that my boyfriend doesn't pay for enough.
Well, maybe he's paying for the big ones. If you're doing 26
Yeah.
times for only $600, it's only $30 a time. And then coffee, matcha, tea, a few of those small Uber charges.
Mm.
Your subscriptions, but all in all, rounds you out at your wants of about $1,300. Your total expenses then little under $5,000. Looks like you swiped your card about 100 times last month. Okay. And then uh, didn't have any debt. All your credit cards were paid off at the end of the month, so you don't have any recurring minimum payments, anything like that. So that's always good. And then, so that means you should be finishing each month with $5,340 in savings. Next, I'd like to build your ideal budget.
That I joined like a pickleball club, and a lot of the time, some other people like pay for it and then just charge me from Venmo.
Anything else big?
Yeah, I think nothing that I can think of right
Pretty easy budget, nice and balanced. They say a high level rule to think of 50% on needs,
now. Mm.
30% on wants, and then 20% on paying off debt and savings, right?
Mm.
So if you're saving any more than 20%, you're already doing really good. You have this almost completely flipped of it
Mm.
looks you're saving about half your income in both scenarios because we didn't really change very much versus your current spending versus your target budget, right? You're only spending 15% on wants.
Interesting. So, how about the months when I travel? So actually,
Well,
I didn't travel
we'll
last
put
month.
in some one-offs, right? So it's a
Like
like,
a
yeah,
buffer.
this is just your base. Here's the normal things you spend
I
in a month.
understand. Yeah.
But if you have any big specific trips that you do, hey, maybe you go back to Vietnam every year or something, right? Well, we can put that in as placeholders and see how it looks, right?
Yes.
And then you're spending about 40% on needs. So that's under the 50% guidance. So not too bad. I'd like to put in some of those one offs, right? We can kind of plan ahead for that.
So actually, I do travel a lot per year. I think my Asia trip, just a ticket alone, it's about like 1,200.
Okay. When do you normally
Um,
go?
I usually go like end of the year
Okay.
for like 3 weeks. Um, so maybe I'll spend, I would assume like maybe 2,500. Oh, it's also holiday time. I I do spend a lot on gifts because it's December. About 400. I would say 600.
Any other major things? Do you
Yeah.
actually let me check my producer notes here. I heard you like to go to music festivals.
Yes, I do. Oh, that's true. So I do think I spent how much I spent. See, the thing that I never track. But last time I went to EDC for like only, let's say, a total time of 5 days. I do think I spent a couple thousand. How much?
Okay. When's
Maybe.
EDC?
EDC was May this year.
We're going May again. In a few
Yeah,
months.
yeah, that is possible. So I would put like 3,000. And then besides Vietnam and EDC, I also do like some international travel. I went to Europe with my parents. I took my parents there for like 2 weeks. Which month? Um, Wait, but are we talking about the year to year kind of trips or
Well,
what?
this is broken out, so it's starting with now, right? And then it's going. Here's what your spending will look like over the next 3 years.
Okay, so just this year, I also went to a wedding in Asia. So the total amount I spent.
Well, do you think you'll be doing that every year?
Oh, that's true. But I do think I travel more than like 2 times a year.
Oh,
So I think on average, I would have like 3 trips. So maybe I can still put in maybe like 2 or 3,000 for another trip.
You think we got everything? That's all the big stuff.
I don't know if we count medical bills because that's not super common, right? It's not. It's more like a one time off.
Well, if you kind of have a like, if you want to put $1,000 in for the year or something to be safe, like it's up to you.
Yeah, maybe I could put like 600.
3 year projected income statement. Within the next 12 months, you'll be grossing about 202,000 because you have that raise happening in January. Out of that, you'll pay 68,000 of taxes, and so you'll be left with 134,000 to spend. 44,000 on your needs, mostly between gym, you're having a little placeholder for medical stuff. Also, obviously the rent's the biggest one at 30 grand a year.
And food, right?
Well, your groceries are so small
Mm.
that only spending less than 200 bucks a month. Do we want to
Oh,
increase that a bit?
oh, I see. So the restaurants uh, is in the category of wants.
Yes.
Ah, I see. Yeah, actually, I don't cook often. So
Okay.
that's why most of my, yeah.
Is it a goal to cook more? Should we put a little bit of buffer here? Or
Yeah, I do want to cook more.
how much do you think you should spend a month on groceries?
How much I should?
Well, like what do you want to? What do you want your
Oh,
target?
so I do want to cook more. So I would say target could be maybe 300 to 400.
Sure. Okay. So now it's 5 grand a year for groceries. Total needs 48,000. Total wants with your travel and everything will be at around 73,000. Oh, sorry, that's your total expense. Your total wants will be 25,000. Total spending 73,000.
Wait, 24,000 for 1 year, right?
Mm-hmm.
In terms of traveling. In terms of wants.
Yeah,
Ah, I see,
all
I
your
see.
wants. So you're
All my
going
wants.
out to eat and everything. 11,000
And
for the
travel,
year.
yes.
Things you want to buy on Amazon, 3 grand. Your travel and concerts and things like that, 8,500.
Mm,
And then just any other weird events or whatever else, about 1,500.
yes. Yeah. So typically, I'm also a runner. I
Sure.
actually spend a lot on like runnings, like all the New York races, and also like shoes and Garmin watch and airport. It doesn't happen last month, but I wonder if I can count it in the year somehow.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I would say that it's definitely in the category of ones. So in a year, I would join maybe like 3 to 4 races. Each one costs about $100. So just a cost of like participating in like these races, maybe 300 to 400.
Okay.
Running shoes, maybe just a pair a year. Then it's like 150.
$300 in race registration.
Yes.
New pair of shoes every year, 150.
And
Watch, clothes, whatever,
yes, running clothes. Yes.
maybe another 250 or so. Okay. So additional 700 a year. Still 73,000 basically. Not carrying any debt, so not paying any interest or anything. That's really good. That's not dinging you. And so then you should finish each year with 61,000 left over,
Mm.
growing to 67,000 if you make 10% more next year.
Oh, I see.
35% about for your needs, about 20% for your wants, and then really high, almost 50% for your savings, which is really, really strong.
Interesting.
Does everything make sense on the income statement?
I do think that it makes sense. It's a little bit surprising because because I've never looked into this. Yeah, I never really know that I save that much. Uh, but I do think that like maybe starting like last year or this year, I definitely didn't go out that much. So maybe that changes a little bit in
So you
terms of
think
like bars
you've been
and
saving
clubs
more
and
the
then
last few years?
drinks. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, because of a health reason.
Well, normally what we do next is we would take your net income of about 6,000 a month and we would go apply that to any debts that you have. Here, like if you had any credit card debt or whatever like that, your
Mm,
net income is coming in here
yes.
and then we would be assigning that. So when you're paying off debt, there's kind of two different methods that they recommend. They'll say either you want to pay off the highest interest first. They call that the avalanche method, right? So if a credit
Credit
card
card.
is a really high percentage, like 25, 30%,
Yeah.
good to pay that off first because you're getting killed on the interest, even if it's a much smaller balance than say like a car loan, because your car loan could be like 5%, right?
Mm,
So even if you have 20,000 on the car, it's better to pay the $1,000 off on the credit card first, just because the interest rate is so much crazier.
yes, yes. Yeah. Yeah, I do remember that. But last time I forgot to pay my Amex card to the full amount. Like I did pay. I didn't pay the full amount. And I got charged like 200 for like a penalty or something. That was crazy.
Oh, well, that was just a late fee that you didn't pay.
I know I paid, but I didn't pay the full amount.
And you got charged 200 grand and
Yeah.
$200 of
Yeah.
interest.
For not like paying the full amount by the deadline.
How big was your balance to have a $200 interest charge?
That was a big amount.
Okay, well,
Oh yeah, I paid tax with my Amex. So a
okay.
couple thousand.
Okay. Well, yeah.
That makes
Do you know how interest works on debt and how debt payments are calculated?
I kind of know, but I want to hear it again.
Cool. That's good. Okay. So, like, what's a big purchase you want to make that you think you might take a loan out? Like, say, like a
Take a
car,
loan. Yeah, yeah,
or you
yeah.
want to do.
Probably the next thing could be a car.
How much do you think you would spend on your car?
Maybe 60,000. Is that
60.
a?
That's it's a nice car. You're getting
It's
a
kind
new
of a
car.
nice car, right? Then I actually don't really look into this market yet, but I like Tesla.
Tesla. Let's see what I
Maybe
use
like
Teslas for.
44,000. I think that's the model that my cousin has. Ooh. Are we shopping for cars now?
All right.
Oh,
Looking
nice.
at these, just used
Oh,
Teslas, 2 or 3 years old. Looks like they're about 30 grand each.
I think
So,
that's perfect. I
okay.
think I make that estimate because all the cars imported in Vietnam would actually got charged way more than the original price.
There you
Yeah, the tax was like 300%.
go. Okay. So let's put in 30 grand for you. So assuming you put nothing down, net of everything, you're taking out a 30 grand loan. I assume you have really good credit if you're saving this much and not carrying any debt or something. So you can probably get a really good interest rate of like 4 or 5%. Typically, car loans, the shortest most people get is 36 months, 3 years. Longer ones, some people are pushing up to like 5 or 6 years. It's really not recommended. Usually 3 or 4 years, a better
Mm,
amount to do, right? So if we give you a 36-month one, there's only a few inputs to the payment. Your interest rate is 4%. We're going to divide that by 12 because we want to see your monthly payment. Be 36 months and you're borrowing 30 grand. So your car payment on that would be $886 a month,
hmm.
right?
I see. Wow, you really think of everything. 29 student loans.
Well, some people have a lot of student loans. If they're taking out multiple ones, like they might have their government ones, their federal ones, and then
And
they'll also take personal ones, like, and they do that every semester. You could have 4 a year.
oh, that's
Your starting balance on your loan for your first month, $30,000. You pay $886, but at the end, your loan balance isn't down $886 because part of your payment is interest. right?
Oh, yes.
So, how the interest calculation works is it takes the interest rate that you signed on the agreement, it multiplies it by the whole balance. So it'll say what's 4% times the 30,000. Well,
Yeah.
obviously 4% divided by 12 because this
Yes,
is
yes.
the
I
and then
see.
$100 of your payment will go towards interest, and then only $786 will
I
then
see.
go to your actual
Mm.
principal. And then here's where we can put a little extra. Had $3,000 left. Let's say you wanted to use $1,000 of that $3,000 you had left over this month.
Mm.
Then all of that will go directly to the balance of the loan.
Mm.
So if you notice now, you paid off 1 month faster. The earlier you do the payments, the better, because that's when most of your payments are paying the most interest instead of paying off your balance.
I see, I see. So, oh, so even when I'm supposed to pay like about 800-ish per month, I should just pay more
Well, if you want
always.
to pay more, it's better to pay more early. That'll have a bigger impact than
Oh,
it will at
right.
the end because up here, $100 of your payments taken out just for interest, whereas down at the bottom, almost nothing is.
I
Right. So that
see.
whole 886 is going towards the payment. Only $12 is getting taken out.
Yes, yes.
Right.
That
So
makes
the
sense.
interest trends down over time.
Yeah. And that's the opposite for student loan, right? Because I know that student loan has a low interest rate.
Well, they'll have low interest rates. The where you'll see a lot of things of people going, "I've paid my student loans for 20 years and it's higher now." You
Oh.
see those videos online and stuff like that, or like they'll say it's worth more than I borrowed. A few things are happening there.
Mm,
They're either on like an income-based repayment plan where the borrower will say, "You don't make very much money, so you can pay less than the minimum payment,"
mm.
right? But if you pay less than the minimum payment,
Over time,
then
it's gonna be more.
the interest can be bigger than your thing. And
Yes.
so it keeps adding on. It's accruing interest.
Yes. Mm,
The other part is that they'll accrue interest while you're still in school and stuff. So you take out the loan, you don't have to pay back until you graduated, but they're still adding interest in the bigger time. So they're growing, growing, growing. Then you have to go pay them back. And it's a much bigger amount than you actually initially borrowed.
yeah, yeah,
So that's what's happening with those.
yeah. But if I put my money into an investment account, and let's say I make like the percentage of gain is higher,
Mhm.
then it's actually more beneficial to hold off paying my student loan and put my money into investment, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Mm,
So if you're making more, like, so you could almost do that, like with an account. Like, say you had the $30,000 cash, and then you say, "Well, I could buy this car cash, but I could make 7% in the market."
mm,
You could put that in the market, make your 7% every month, withdraw 886 every month, and you would still come out ahead. So if you were doing that smartly, that would be better than just paying off the whole thing right away. Because here, over the total 3 years, you'll pay $2,000 of interest, but you can make way more than that if you were investing that same amount at the same time.
right, right, right. That makes sense.
On to the next section, the balance sheet. Balance sheet is showing what you have at any given point in time. So the income statement is showing here's what happened in that time period, here's the activity, here's how much money was made, here's how much money was spent, here's how much money is left over. Then we went and applied how much was left over to any debt payments you want to do. But now we can go look at the balance sheet. So the main equation for the balance sheet is your assets, things that you have, always have to equal your liabilities, things that you owe, plus equity.
Mm,
Equity, which is kind of fancy word for ownership. So for companies, right, that'll basically be the value of your stock. If you're just doing like a pure,
mm,
super simple, like thing like that. Now, a lot of other things go into stock valuations and brand value and things like that. A lot of intangibles. So like those will factor into your equity. Whereas here on a personal level, since it's all very simple and most things are very cash based, that it's a your equity is essentially your net worth.
I
So
see.
if you take everything you have, subtract everything you owe, then what's left is your net worth.
Yes. But so now am I not owing anything? Or I still have credit card?
No,
Or
because you pay off your credit
yeah,
card every
okay.
month. Yeah. How much do you have in savings right now?
In saving. You mean in 401k or in saving?
No, and anything.
So in saving, I would have like about 60K?
Where do you have that? Is that just a savings account? Do you have that in a brokerage
Yeah.
account? Do you have that invested?
Wait. So this saving is a high yield saving account?
Okay. Do you know how much you're making on it?
Um, I would say about 4%. No, this is kind of cool. Wow. It's still kind of fast.
Have that. You're 60 grand right now, saying you'd make about $200 in interest in your high yield savings account if you don't touch it. And then don't add anything, don't subtract anything. That slowly grows over time, over the next 3 years, right?
Yes.
So if you just didn't touch that 60 grand and then just kept making 4% on it, after 3 years, you would have almost 68,000, right?
Yep. Yeah. So I do have an investment account. I think I put in maybe like 170K.
Do you know what your historical returns have been, what you haven't invested in?
So I actually uh don't know. I mean the exact estimate. I would say maybe 7% to be on the safe side.
That's about the historical market average. Yeah.
Yeah.
Market keeps going perfectly straight, 7%, which we know there's always ups and downs. But
Yes.
if it averages 7% the next 3 years, you're 170K, add nothing, take nothing, you'll finish with 209,000. Your leftover net
So
income.
I do think that like every month I send a portion of my money to my investment account.
Okay.
I
How,
think on
how much do you put in?
average, I'm trying to think. I think on average I'm trying to send maybe 3,000 out of my income
Okay.
to my investment account.
Let's see. Yeah. It looks like your net income. So first, I have the net income flowing from the income statement to the liabilities since you don't have any debt.
Mm,
Then the after you apply any amounts to debt, it'll then come over here to the assets page, right?
yes.
So
Mm,
this is how much you have in each of those months to then apply to any
mm,
balance you want, right?
I see. So
So
like 3,000 subtracted from here.
yeah. So if I put 3,000 in, right, then we'll have a few, like say, if you're traveling a lot in December, you don't have 3,000 left over based on all your other spending,
Oh, I see. I
right?
see. I
Like
see.
there's
I
only
see.
1,600 there. So, but let's put that 3,000 in to start. So-
Mm,
And so you want it all into your brokerage. You don't want it into your high yield. So putting in 3,000 every month, which is 108,000 over 3 years, and you make an additional 51,000 of interest. That 170 grand you have right now will be at 329,000 in three
mm.
years.
Well, you really know how to use computer.
Yes, that's why I do it. I wasted the last 10 years on corporate finance.
So currently, it is the case. So I think currently I have about maybe 16K in my checking account. Oh, so what you're saying is that I should have put more into my investment account, right?
Well, yeah, that's probably
Yeah, that
the
makes
if
sense,
you
right?
already have a healthy amount. So like it's
Mm.
good to keep an emergency fund. They say generally 3 to 6 months of your
Yeah,
living
yeah.
expenses
Hmm.
in a savings account. Uh, you already have 60,000, which is I think
I think I
let's
spent like four. Yeah. So that is
you're,
about 4 months or less than 4 months, 3.5 months.
what are you talking about? You spend 70 grand in a year. That's almost a full year's worth of savings.
Oh,
And that's with your wants. Generally, like the emergency balance, they say should be like 3 to 6 months of your needs. But you almost have a full year of you wouldn't have to change barely anything about your life
oh,
just
oh,
in your
wow.
emergency fund. So that's a good spot to be. So I think if you have that healthy of a savings balance set aside for emergencies, it's good to then put the rest into investments. That's where you're going to get the most bang for your buck,
Mm,
especially if you want to retire earlier, right?
yes, yes. Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Nothing left over, everything perfectly attributed to an account.
Wow.
So let's go look at your balance sheet and see what your net worth is going to be. All right.
This is the moment.
So we're saying right now you have about $240,000 across all your accounts.
Hmm.
No outstanding debt. Nice and easy math. Your net worth is $240,000
Woohoo. Wait, after how long?
right now.
Wait, hold on. Ah. Oh, I see what you're saying because it includes my income and also my spending. would as in like this is
No,
everything,
if you have
including
170 grand in investments, 60 grand in savings, and
and
16
then
grand
income.
checking,
Yes.
you have 240 grand just right now in
Yes.
accounts,
Yes. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Oh, I see.
But then at 1 year from now, that will grow to 370,000
1 year from now.
1 year from now. Yeah.
Wait, that is still like with me is spending about the same
Hmm.
and rent about the same. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
If your rent never goes up, you keep spending exactly the same, and you
And then
put that as like it after January, it goes up to almost 5 or 6,000 a month into in your investments, and just keep that up and don't withdraw anything. 1 year from now, you'll have save over 100 grand.
oh wow. Do you think like my estimate of 10% increase is a lot?
Might be a little punchy.
Yeah, okay.
So you think you want to keep that flat, or you want to
Yeah, maybe I should keep it like flat.
a little bit lower, not assuming that 10% increase. You
Mhm.
go from 240 to 340 1 year from now,
Yes, yes.
right?
That still looks pretty good to me.
That looks really good. Yeah.
Really good. Yeah.
If you keep that up, you'll have make 110,000. So this is going up because that interest is going up. Like you're making more interest on that existing balance, right?
Mm.
And so like they call that the exponential interest, right? Where it's as you keep going, after a while, you start making more money on the interest than you are contributing to it right now.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, wow. I see.
and so the earlier you get started, the better because that interest just keeps compounding and compounding, compounding, and then it gets bigger, bigger, bigger. And so
Mhm.
after 3 years, say you would have 570,000 if you just kept spending at the same amount you are and keep putting that 5,000 a month into your investments, and it keeps making 7%. Right?
Mm. I see.
And nice easy math. Uh, no debt, 572 minus zero. Your net
Mhm.
worth will be 572,000.
Woohoo! Wait, so let's say how much money do I need to retire?
Well, it depends how much you want to spend, right?
Oh, and then
So,
kids too.
oh, kids aren't cheap nowadays, especially in New York,
That's true.
right? So,
Yeah. We'll have my kids in the countryside. So I can retire.
yeah, but like you would want to play with that almost similar to like the debt thing we were talking about with the car. Of you're saying, okay, I'm going to take out this much every month,
Mm.
and but it's going to be invested, so it'll keep making this much, right? Really great outcome, really strong savings, no debt. This is really good. I think you said your goal was you wanted a 200K wedding in
Yes.
2 years.
Yes.
I think perfectly attainable. I'll let you to work out the engagement details, but out of that saving, I think you have no problem reaching your goal. Um, and hey, congrats! Thanks again for coming on.
Wow, thanks so much. I do feel more comfortable, spending more now.
Well, okay, well then, if you need to stick to your spending to
Oh,
reach the
that's the
target here.
goal. Yes.
But if you want to see
Understood.
the impact, you'll receive a copy of this model, and
Amazing.
then you can plug in that higher spending assumptions and see how much that changes the total flow of things.
Well, amazing. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Tammy. And if you would like to be on Planet Happening, please apply to the email linked in the description below.